All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another special Black Desert video. So it was patch day today, and we returned with one of these daily specials. And a lot of questions I get is, are these worth getting? And how do you build a proper stack with these? So I'm going to answer that. Plus, I have some charts of what fail stacks I use for notable items. So whether you're a beginner or going up into the end game, I think this will be helpful for you just so you can see what stacks I've used for all my gear, basically. I've made every Debo myself that I have for the most part. And yeah, so first of all, is this worth it? Usually, these are the rare times I do think these are actually worth it, whether you're a beginner all the way to end game. And so, for example, crown stones, you'll always need those. If you're a beginner and you don't know what to do with them, just hold on to it. You'll need them in the future. Just trust me on that one. Artisan's always nice, and then workers and everything, just boxes. So overall, these are generally helpful items, but what we're talking about is the Origin of Dark Hungers, right? So yeah, you're probably wondering what are some of the things you're gonna be talking about. So first of all, let's talk about the Black Stars. So I have a fail stack chart on screen for all the Blackstar items that we have, and let me just go over one of these real quick. So we're going to be talking about Fallen God, as well as Blackstar and Deboreka Accessories. So right now, these are the fail stacks I used. I have a series on the channel that we called for enhancing Journey to Pen Blackstar. You guys can watch that entire series. I'll leave a link in the description. And our goal was to get Pen, and then Sovereign Weapons are coming out in the near future. So if your goal is to self-enhance Black Stars, these are what stacks I would use. And I would say try to Tet is probably going to be your most stressful part in general. And then Tet to Pen, you would basically slam it. With the prices for these days, I made a video recently, and it's not worth cronning Tet to Pen with these prices. You're better off just slamming it and then either selling it back and then buying another Tet, or, you know, just keep going again. And yeah, so in my opinion, honestly, if you're going for a Pen Blackstar, it's just easier to buy it, straight up skip the RNG. But if you really want your name on it, just have it. And these are what stacks I would use. So yeah. Black Stars are the way to go. If you were to enhance one and you're trying to go for profit, I do believe the sub weapons are still the way to go, simply because they did not give you a free one for your offhand. And so if you're going to enhance it, these are literally double the price. So if you're enhancing for profit, offhands are the way to go. Otherwise, Maiden Awakening weapon, just buy it. Just trust me on that one. Okay, so next we have Fallen God. So I have made every single Fallen God we have by myself all the way to Tet. And the journey was kind of rough, but I wanted to show you what stacks I would use. So it doesn't matter if you're going for like any other piece, they're all the same essentially. But from the prices of these, I would recommend using a little bit higher of a stacks, just because the price of them is generally pretty high. And aside from Debos, these are probably the most expensive items. We're going to Tet. We just ignore Pen because that's basically impossible to get for 99.9% of us. So anyway, from Pride to Duo, I use a 70 stack. I think you can get away with like a 60 if you really want to do that. But like just on average, Pride to Duo is like a 70 to 100, and it does not downgrade, obviously. That's why we can start a little bit lower. But then Pride to Duo, I would go like 70 to 100, and then Duo to Try is 100 to like, I guess 130 is on average. But if you go to like 150, it's not really the worst thing. And then Try to Tet. So I have personally used a 245 stack on everything except one of them, and then the other one I used like a 280 just because it just straight up wouldn't go. So I would actually recommend using the highest stack you can under like 285, simply because the price of a Tet is like 180 bill, to the point where I actually think that a majority of players can make it themselves for cheaper, even at you know, average or crazy bad RNG. At worst, most people can break even, and at best, obviously, you save money. So, with the price of these, and like, if you use a 200-ish stack, it's around a 5%. So, I just truly think that you can make this cheaper for less. So, I personally used a 245 for 3 of them and a 280 for all of them to TET. And then that's about it. So it doesn't matter what piece you're going for, whether it's the armor, helmet, gloves, or shoes. I would use the highest one you can, honestly, because that's the crazy expensive part of it. All right, so our last thing we wanted to talk about is Deboreka's. Now, as we all know, Debo accessories are the grind and the most expensive thing. So in order of importance, I would always go for the necklace first. It simply just gives the most AP, followed by your belt or the rings. I think the rings are a little bit more in high demand right now just because they're the newest. So like you can go for the belt. In terms of if you're grinding it yourself, Crypt of Resting Thoughts actually has a very solid drop rate for these. And unironically, I think that like you can get like one every like 1 or 2 hours, assuming you have decent clear speed. And even I'm a Dark Knight, like I'm not the best. There are classes that are a lot better, and I think I do fine. So yeah, so for all of this, these are what stacks I would use. Prior to duos, okay, so you know your traditional accessories. I should probably mention this. Traditional accessories, you use a lot lower stacks, but when it comes to Debos, the reason why we overstack is because you cron every step of the way from Pry to Pen. And also because each accessory is almost like a bill each, and it's like you don't get them frequently. So I think it is worth overstacking on every piece. So for Deboreka, Pry to Duo, I use a 50 plus. You know, 30 plus is like on average what people use for traditional accessories, but we use higher. We overstack on all of them. And then duo to try, you use 80 plus. I think you can honestly get away with like 60 plus, but like you ideally don't want to fail Debos because they're expensive. And then try to Tet. It's the diminishing returns are kind of the same as everything else. So you just want to use like a 110 plus, similar to how you would enhance like a disto earring or something. And then Tet to Pen, I think as a collective, the community was like, on average, you start with like 270. Personally, I would just go to highest stack I can, and these are why we get these things. So, as you guys know, there are multiple ways of building your stack past or up to 300, which would be one of these, the Origin of Dark Hungers. But honestly, these are pretty cheap nowadays. I remember paying like $3 bill each back in the day when they released. So the fact that you can build a 300 stack relatively cheap nowadays is pretty good. So yeah, for Debos, even for myself in particular, like I have a 308 stack, and that's going for a Debo ring when I get enough Crown Stones. But if you were to try to go on the lowest stack, I would really recommend like a 270 plus. But if you want to play it safe, and for every Debo, I have a video of each one. So the 3 I've made, they were all over 300 stacks, whether I wanted it to be or not, because I didn't get lucky on any of them. So I at least want average on 2 of them, and then this one, it was not great. So anyway, still working on 2 more Pen Debo rings, but if I were to do it, realistically, I would just build a 300 stack. Try to get the highest chance you can get without feeling like you just wasted like 30 bill on Cron Stones. And yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, with that said, is this daily special thing worth it to get your 9 plus? I think it's 9 of them. Plus, I think they have like a thing we can get like duplicate rewards. And then is it worth it, whether you're a beginner or not? I think if you are in the mid to end game, it's pretty good. If you're a beginner, not so much, because you're probably just going to be holding on to it. So yeah, with that said, we got the Shikatu Resplendent box thingy And yeah, let's open it. Usually I never get anything good from this. Shiny box of luxuries. What do you get? That's a lot of text. So basically we ignore everything except the memfrags and the spirit dust and the sharps. Easy, predicted. All right, anyway, that's like 300 mil, whatever, I use it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions on enhancing, feel free to ask me. I'll help point you in the right direction. And also I have some videos of me just doing it myself, so you can watch it at your own time. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you come back. And we got some more cool stuff coming up in the future, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. All right, before I head out, I wanted to show you the latest outfit that was released on the Pearl Shop, and all of the BDO partners got the opportunity to showcase what it looks like and just tell you guys what it's about. So I got one, and I'm gonna start dyeing it. This is what it looks like by default, and you guys know how I feel about capes on outfits. I thought this one actually looks really nice. It's unique as well, and this is what it looks like without the hat and with it. So the important thing before buying one is usually, does it dye well? And the answer is, we're about to find out. So this is what it looks like by default. I don't think it has any unique or special idle animation like some of the other outfits, but I think this one's pretty cool. So anyway, let's go dye the outfit. So it's a 4-piece effect, like a 4-piece set, which is good. Some outfits that come with, you know, like the one main outfit body piece that's questionably dyeable. Let's see how it is. So body, gloves, shoes, helmet. Usually I like to turn off the helmet one by default, but the body armor is the most important one. So anyway, let's see what does it look like. All right, so what pieces dyed? Main, I assume like the gloves, or not the gloves, but like each individual part. Let's see, let's pick a color. Usually this one looks like it would be a silky feeling, or I guess leather or silky. Let's see which one looks better. Also, the important thing that I usually look at when dyeing is usually the environment, because sometimes it's just way too bright or way too dark. This is like the perfect one, but then when it's like super sunny and it's like blinding, it doesn't always look nice. So yeah, let's default it to this one. Orange. All right, what other? Ooh, the individual like buttons and styles. That's cool. What would go well with like orange? Usually you have to be careful with the blacks, because when they dye funny, they don't really look black. It's like purplish. But sometimes you just mess around with the colors and it looks a little bit different. So like by default, yeah, that's more the black you want. I think you would line the same color up with gold or something with that one. You just leave that one by default. Change this one. So yeah, I'm glad every individual part, including, let's see, is both sides of the cape defaulted to change? You can change the jewel and everything. That's cool. See, what's a good color for... We have to make a shiny metal, right, for this one? Oh god, that's bright. Obviously, if you're showing the gem, it has to be like a bright color. It's kind of bright actually, so if like you look at it during like a daytime, it's like blinding. I wish individual sides of it, like you can have one half of it a different color and the other half a different, but it's all good. Ooh, that's bright. Sometimes you usually like to default certain colors. I think I had a few saved that I had, but I don't know. When it comes to capes, it's really hard to dye them the right color. What is this? Oh, the outline of it. That's cool. So I assume we'd go like gold again. That's actually really nice. Then the inner part of the cape. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So what would that look like actually? I like the whole I guess black and gold theme. Let's see, what would I look like without the... Oh god. All right, let's see. Let's see the other pieces. The gloves. Wait. What changed? Oh, okay, so that's like the band around it. The cuff. And... Wait. What is it? Oh, the inner part of the cuff. Got it. And then the shoes. Honestly, the shoes look fine normally. When people wear heels, it's usually black anyway, or I think that's fine by default. And then the hat, just whatever color. So yeah, overall, that's a little preview of the new outfit. I think it's actually really cool. Let's see the important part. How well does it work when you run? Like the cape, does it look unnatural? Because that's always a big thing with the older capes. The thing looks unnaturally flowing. I don't know how to describe it, but like the cape looks natural, looks fine when you run, move around. So I think that's cool. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.